What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. This was a last minute decision to do this now. Again, I don't usually stream during the day, but last time I did, I think this was on Sunday. There was 80 people in here hanging out. So just a random thing because I was going to do this tonight, but there's a lot of streams and stuff going on tonight, guys. So I figured I'm home. I have an hour to do this. I figured why not just come on do it now? And if you can't get in here, it's cool. Just check it out on the replay. But yeah, so again, I was going to do this tonight, decided to switch it to today because Dead Pit's got a really cool stream tonight for Michael Felcher, aka Slippy. It's his birthday, so go check that out over there. Say happy birthday to him. Mel from My Killer Podcast, 1/3 of the Rad Pack, is starting our Rad Pack takeover on Mr. Fatchy's Cinemas page and channel tonight. They're going to be doing a little Lost Boys commentary. So between those two, and I think there's even a couple more, I just can't think off the top of my head what it is, are on tonight. So again, pretty packed night in the YouTube movie community. So I figured, you know what, I'll get in early, get this done, and then I won't have to worry about, competing with anybody like that tonight. So what I have today is I'm going to talk about my entire Second Sight Films collection. I don't have everything, but I do have some pretty cool little gems in here, limited edition stuff, and things that I had gotten before Second Sight really became a label that people were really keeping their eyes on. So there might be some earlier stuff in here that you guys may have not seen quite often. And then I also made a list of things that maybe I do want to maybe pick up, or things that maybe have gone out of print that I might have missed. And then kind of talk about that with you guys. And if you have any recommendations and anything that I should check out from them, let me know, because they do a hell of a job. And because my collection with them is not huge, I thought it would be a pretty cool video to do, because it will be relatively easy to kind of go through each one of these titles. So before we start, I'm just going to go right to the chat really quick just to say what's up for anybody who has popped in now. So Pat Masters in the house. What is going on? How are you? Dimension Scott, good afternoon to you. Lawn Furniture, heck yeah. Second Sight's MVPs of physical media. Yes, so again, they do have some stuff in the works as far as we know. The Hitcher being one, that is one I am so looking forward to. Love that movie. As soon as that thing goes up for pre-order, I am all about it. Ain't no butterflies. What's going on, man? Dakota, yes, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming in here. Movie Junkie John, what's going on? And how are we all doing? All right. So, again, before we get started, I just want to thank everybody. I don't care if it's people in the chat right now, people who check this out later. But after I posted that video on Sunday, kind of telling everybody what's been going on with the channel, there has been no movement on it as far as YouTube's end. It's still in the same kind of demonetization, shadow banned place, I guess. But I do want to say and thank every single person who commented, every single person who watched it, every single person who shared it, and all other YouTube content creators that may have mentioned it on one of their streams or anything like that, or shared it amongst their friends. It means a lot to me for many reasons. The first one, obviously, is to keep my channel relevant for the next month. Why I feel like I am in this little bit of a shadow banned area. The more views and stuff my videos get, the more likes and stuff like that, the more it kind of keeps me a little bit of afloat in the algorithm during this time. So very, very appreciative towards that. And also I'm appreciative because, again, like I said, the main reason I decided to do that video, even though it wasn't something I really wanted to do, is because I wanted it to almost be a PSA to the rest of the content creators out there, especially in this movie collectible space. Because, again, this can happen to anybody, I think. And you really don't know why. I mean, again, I still don't really have a clear-cut answer what exactly happened. And, I'm supposed to do a live stream tomorrow with Dead Pit. And we're going to do a simulcast like we always do, like we always had for years and years since I've been doing this. And, we're talking about possibly just making it on their show, and I'll just be a guest because, to be honest, like, I'm not sure if with YouTube's guidelines now, if doing simulcast live streams is against it. It's really hard to say because some of their guidelines, one of the big things they said to me when they were giving me examples of what could have went wrong was reused content. Now, the guidelines for that are very vague, so I don't know if because the same video is on both channels, if that is a problem nowadays when it comes to YouTube. I hope not, because I have so many videos that are like that, and it would kill this channel if I had to go back and delete those. I'm hoping that's not the problem, but again, I'm a little bit nervous to continue with that until my channel gets remonetized, so I at least know that wasn't a problem. So again, don't want to talk about this today. We're here to talk about Second Sight, but I just want to thank everybody for your support during this. It's been overwhelming. It's been wild, and I truly appreciate it. And anybody else who's coming in here that has recently subbed to me, maybe from that video, welcome to the channel, and I hope I can keep you entertained between here and the Radpack channel. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I hope you guys stick around, and definitely come say hi in the chat if you're new, and in the chat or the comments, and just let me know that you're new to the channel. So anyway, with that being said, first thing I want to go through is Second Sight Films. I think there's two here that I've had a real long time, and I'm not sure which one I got first, but I'm going to guess. Now, this is a pretty cool edition, and I don't know how readily available this is anymore. It's a Blu-ray for the Basket Case trilogy. It's actually a steelbook, and it's got all three Basket Case movies in there. You see them here, all three. There's a little bit of artwork in there, but nothing really. But it's cool, man. I absolutely love these movies. So you've got the Basket Case. Sorry for the glare. Really cool steel book. You've got that image on the back. And I'm not sure exactly when this came out. Let me see if I can read it here. There's like a little J card here on there. 2012, I had gotten this. And it was a limited edition. So I know they did like I think like a regular version as well, but I got the steelbook in 2012. That might have been my first Second Sight purchase, I think. But I love this thing, and I do have Basket Case from Arrow and all that stuff. But yeah, this is a real cool edition to have them all housed together. Oh, you know what? I might have that. I have extra. Let me go check and see if my extra is Second Sight. All right, hold on one second. All right, I got my extra. I don't think it is. I don't think I have a Second Sight one. This is I've had this a long time. 4-disc special edition. No, it says, what does this say? It's not Second Sight. It's DDS. This is what it looks like on the inside. So no, I don't think this is Second Sight. This one that I have. But if they did one, that's really cool. I freaking love Extra. Such a really hot, killer movie, underrated, super creepy. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely one I recommend highly for sure. Okay, one of the other early ones I got was this just standard edition, nothing special here. 2014 release, and this is Super Mario Brothers, the movie. So, you know, classic movie from '93. This definitely needs a new upgrade. I think Umbrella did an edition of this as well, but nothing here in the States. And I think the Second Sight, I think the Umbrella one has like a different cut or something. If that's the case, I want to probably upgrade and maybe get rid of this one. But it's got some making ofs and some documentaries and stuff in here. So it's a pretty cool addition to have this on Blu-ray because, like I said, it doesn't have a release here in the States or anything like that. So hold on, let me see. Ain't No Butterflies said, what is Extra? It's an alien movie. 80s. It's really cool. Really cool. Yeah, I'm just looking at you guys' things. You guys are talking about Extra, I think. Or basket case. So yeah, so that was Super Mario Brothers, and if you're just popping in, I also showed the basket case Steelbook Trilogy, very early release, 2012 of from Second Sight. Let me see what else I can show. I'll show some big dogs. I did full reviews on some of these as well. So you've got the Martin 4K limited edition set. I think this is probably still available. If it's not, let me know. But this just came out not too long ago, and again, for a movie like this, they just put a hell of a work into it. It's really really nice, just edition in set itself. So very cool to have this. I don't even remember if this was a 4K or not. Is it? I forget. Blu-ray or 4K. I forget what this Martin releases, but it's the one that just came out. And then the other one that just came out that everybody's been talking about. I did a review on this, an unboxing, and a showcase on this one as well. And that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the big box. So real cool to have this 4K as well. Yeah, this one's 4K. It says Ultra HD on it. So yeah, these are the two new ones, and they look really nice together on the shelf because they're the thick boxes with the red and the white. It looks really cool, kind of together there. Some of the other big additions I have is this one's a real cool one. This Drive set. I love this set. I love this movie. It's a real nice like set. It's a really like nice shiny hard cover. It comes with like a thick book and stuff in here. Really awesome stuff that they did here. This Drive set's one of my favorites. And to go along with it, get The Guest, which to me feels very Drive-esque, and it has that kind of similar vibe. Not as well known, but if you guys like Drive, I think you'd really like The Guest. Same kind of music. It's got like a lot of synth wave and stuff in it. That's where I really discovered synth wave and stuff, was through Drive and The Guest, and I've been like addicted to it ever since. But this is a real cool edition, probably the best edition of The Guest you're gonna get. Cool on the back. Love that. Love like the purples and stuff like that. It's just really really cool to have this edition here. Again, it's not as thick as some of the other editions. It's like kind of almost as thick as like Martin. But it's got that shiny slip cover type slip box or whatever. Really, really cool. Before I jump into the next couple, I'll just see what's going on in the chat here. Mark Allen. Yeah, I had the time, so I figured I would jump on it now because there's a lot of people streaming tonight, and that was my original plan. So because I have an hour, I figured I could do this. What's up, Paul? How are you? Let me see. Yeah, people are liking The Guest over here. Liking The Guest. One of my favorite Second Sight releases that they ever did was obviously this Dawn of the Dead release. I did a video showcasing this. It was one of my like first videos on YouTube. This had just kind of come out when I started YouTube, and I did like a little unboxing and showcase of this thing back then. So if you wanted to ever see that, it's buried at like the bottom of my video list. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much better than this edition right here. You got the colors, the purple and the green, that alternate artwork poster. It's loaded. I mean, you've got the theatrical cut, the extended cut, the Argento cut, a full thing of special features, limited edition stuff. You got a soundtrack. I mean, this thing is absolutely stocked with stuff, and I absolutely love Dawn of the Dead. So to me, this was a no-brainer. And I know they have multiple editions of this. Like you can get it in a more standard edition, a box that doesn't have all the cuts, but it's got some. But this was like the grand ultimate limited edition. I'm sure this is probably long out of print or sold out by now. I don't know how much it's going for, but to me, this is my favorite Dawn of the Dead release. This and the old school Anchor Bay DVD that came out were like my two favorite Dawn of the Dead treatments. Absolutely love this thing. So if you don't have it, I recommend getting it. That's the best way, in my opinion, to get Dawn of the Dead right now. So that edition is great. I know there's other editions that are probably just as good if you don't care about a lot of that extra stuff. So let me see. Yeah, you know what's interesting? Why are the Romero? I think it has to do something with his estate. I feel like that's the issue with some of that stuff. Wes and Uncle Bill at Dead Pit would know more about that than I would. And I don't know. I really don't know what the big holdup is because it did have an Anchor Bay release on Blu-ray. At one point, and then that kind of came and went, and then it's kind of been dormant ever since. But the one good thing about 4K, man, is it's region free. So if you don't have a region free player, you can get that thing and still work on your US players. What's up, Tony? I'm assuming you're probably right out of work or maybe just about to leave work. Luckily, Wednesdays I have off, but usually I've always got something going on. So I do have an hour here. Pap says, that drive sounds beautiful, and I'd really be happy to own that Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, both sets really cool. Oh, what's up, man? Point Break. I love that movie, by the way. These cases, I talked about this in a video. I'm trying to think of the name of them. Oh, Katana Collectibles is the company that sent me these cases here. And what's nice about them is they look nice, right? Like it makes the edition look kind of like high end, like it's in like a protective almost casing rather than just wrap or whatever, or a bag or anything like that. I really like them because they make them to fit specific box sets. So if you look, these are all different sizes. So you'd go on their site, you'd find the box set you're looking for. They have a lot of these on there. And if you have a box set of something that they don't have, you just message them and say, hey, I'm looking for one that would fit this. And if they can find the dimensions, they'll get it to you. So that's really cool. And they're cheap. They're not expensive, these little protectors, but at the same time, I don't know where they're shipping from. So sometimes shipping can get a little bit costly, but I mean, for what you're paying for each protector, it's kind of worth it in the end. Like the protectors are really inexpensive. So I do have a lot of those for like a lot of my favorite box sets. I actually do need to get one for this drive. I think the Texas Chainsaw, the Martin, like I want to get one for all of those as well, in the future. So that's something I'm really interested in checking out. Thanks, man. Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Again, like I said, in this 30-day window right now, the more likes and shares you can give my videos, the better it is for me right now. Thank you, Tony. Let me see. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing with Second Sight. It's that their editions are very different in size, right? So it all depends on how you like things aesthetically. If you like things to all look aesthetic for the genre, then yeah, maybe it's not your jam, but they put so much good work into this. And I like I call these like top of the shelf sets, where a lot of these are sitting on a top of a shelf somewhere for me and displayed almost like, a collectible rather than just on a shelf. But obviously not everybody has access to do that, but I do. So that's what I like to do with these. And then the smaller ones that are all pretty similar, like for instance, like Martin's pretty similar to these two that I'm going to show next. So they kind of look good. They're about the same size as the Arrow boxes. So they kind of go pretty well with that. All right. So the next two I'm going to show are my last two in this stack. And then I'm going to kind of go over a couple that I want that I maybe missed out on, or maybe some that I'm interested in and I don't know much about the movie. But these two, I'd assume they're sold out because I got these a long time ago and they're really cool. The first one is the box set for When a Stranger Calls. And I really like this movie. And what's nice about this is you get both editions. I mean, you get part 1 and part 2 in here. It's Blu-ray. And you get part 1, part 2. And then you get this whole, what is this here? A soundtrack as well. So you get a soundtrack. So this is really cool as well. So I really like this edition for this movie. So really cool artwork on the front there. Again, like I said, I don't know if this is still available. Let me see when I might have got this thing. This was I don't know. I'm guessing probably, if I had to guess, maybe like 2016, maybe, if I had to guess. But real cool edition. I mean, if this movie comes out on 4K, it would be pretty cool. But I don't really see myself needing another better edition of this movie. I think having them in here really works. I think that's probably going to be my ultimate edition of this. And if you want to see more of what's in here, just because I got this before I had a channel, so I never showcased it. Um, you get a nice book as always that they usually do. This one's a little bit thinner, but it's got a lot of cool images in here as well. Really cool. And then you get a poster, which is not a paper poster. It's a real nice, like carded, thick poster with you got that image there, and then you got the original image on the back. So really, really nice edition of that. Let me see. And what's nice too is you get both of them. So When a Stranger Calls Back is also in here as well. So that's really cool. And the last one that I'm going to show, and then I'll just chat with you guys about a couple like wants and stuff like that, and then I'll bounce off of here. This is one that's just very near and dear to my heart. I never got to showcase this. I got this before I had a channel, so it might be a good way to me to showcase this now. I know a lot of people are kind of jealous of this edition because I think it's far gone now. And it was a favorite of mine growing up. I did do some episodes about this with Wes, this movie, and a documentary that was about this movie in early videos of mine. Because it's one of my favorites. So I think, this is something the Rad Pack has talked about doing a full show on. So that might be something to look forward to if you're a fan of this movie. And it's Flight of the Navigator. And what's wild about this is technically Flight of the Navigator, as far as I knew, was like a Disney title. So I don't know the logistics of like why, what's going on in outside the States that Second Sight could do this edition, and it's a region-free Blu-ray, and it comes in that nice thicker box there. There's nothing really on the back. It's just kind of like the skylight there, but you get the disc, the Blu-ray. It's got the classic artwork on there. Just the disc inside. Also, same thing. It comes with a poster, and I saw someone saying here that the When a Stranger Calls poster looked like a thick, art card, almost like a thick stock. It was, and this one's more of like the regular poster paper that you're getting, but that When a Stranger Calls one was very different. So, you get the original art on one side, and then you get that new commission kind of art on the other, which is actually a pretty cool image that they used on this. And you also get this, which is a book, and that's a real cool image too. That's cool. I really like that image as well. And this is cool. So it's a book, and what's nice about this is it's got, it's almost like a making of. And I actually just looked, and you got the pictures from the book, and then it's got like all the little plans and stuff for the ship and the making of it. Really cool. And if you guys haven't seen, there's a documentary out there called Life After Navigator. And I highly recommend checking that out. Wes and I did a full review on that on our page, on our channel a long time ago, probably like in 2021, maybe early 2021, that we did that talk. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I love this edition. Would I want this to get a 4K? Yeah, sure. But I will probably always keep this edition, to be honest, because it's just so unique to have this big, huge box displayed up nice. Second Sight put it out. And if anybody knows the logistics of this movie and why, the DVD is under the Disney umbrella and this now is under Second Sight was able to put this out, I'm curious because, that could be why we don't have it here in the States. But like I said, this is a region-free Blu-ray. So if you wanted to check it out and you could get your hands on this, I would. Because to be honest, if you don't care about something like this box set, some of these can probably be, bought maybe just a standard edition. Again, I haven't gone back and really checked, but I think some of them could probably maybe be scored in a more standard edition. So, yeah, before I jump into kind of like my wants or a chat about a couple things I've missed, I'm just going to go back to the chat again. Merch Pilot, what's up? You say Streets of Fire or Blade Runner? I like both. I would probably say Blade Runner. Heck yeah. Thanks, Paul. It is heavier stock. Yep. What's up, Dying Breed? First Second Sight was The Guest. Yeah, that was I think that was a lot of people's first. That or Drive. I think people really kind of opened their eyes to what Second Sight was doing, and now they're just heavily regarded as one of the favorites amongst the boutique labels, just because of the quality they put into stuff. If you guys saw most of this, besides a couple of standard editions and the steel books and stuff, is they're just really well done and like these nice boxes, and you get a lot of cool stuff included, and just really looks good hanging out on the shelf there. And not only that, they put a lot into it with the special features and the quality and all that stuff. So, what's up, Lady J? Tyson, #1 fan. What's going on? I love Fred the Navigator. It's beautiful years since I saw it. I definitely need a copy. I think Disney Movie Club has the blue. Okay, so if they do, I would recommend it, man. It's such a good movie. It's one I grew up with, one of my favorites growing up, and it's pretty creepy. I did a post on my Instagram about a creepy scene in that movie that used to haunt me as a kid, and it was when he uh, got out of the woods and didn't realize what was going on, and when he went back home and he realized there was other people in his house. It was just a real eerie moment for a little kid like myself, who was definitely under 10 years old when I saw it for the first time. And thinking your parents are lost or something happened to them. It's a real, it's a real gut punch and a real scary type of situation that kid was in. And that always hit me pretty hard when I would watch this as a kid. But man, it's a real good movie. And I kind of feel like it's a little underappreciated, to be quite honest with you. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. That wood box thing. Yeah, man. So that wood box, that's another video I've been thinking about doing, is some of the old Anchor Bay stuff. I was a huge Anchor Bay guy. I mean, DVD collecting was the prime of my collecting. Like, this is all just extra stuff that I'm kind of rebuying or new stuff that's coming out that's really cool. But the bulk of my collecting years was during the DVD boom, years and years ago. And I had a lot of those like cool Anchor Bay collector tins. If you check out an old video I did with Dead Pit called, Anchor Bay or the history of Anchor Bay or something like that, we showcase a lot of that cool stuff in there. I think the box we showcase, I think the tins we showcase. I could maybe put a link to that in the description if anybody wants to go check that. It's a really cool episode. So yeah, on Instagram, I saw that Christian Hanna, aka Planet CHH, posted a picture of one of the tins. Said, "Does anyone remember these?" And I kind of made a joke, and I was like, oh, "I love those things. I'll take that and one up you this wood box from the Wicker Man, which is it was like a big wooden box that has like a clamp that you open, and the discs are inside, and it comes with all these like art cards and stuff like that. I think the CD is in there, the soundtrack, and it just comes with a lot of little goodies. So it was just one of those things that Anchor Bay the back in the day did that was just so ahead of its time, in my opinion. It's a real cool addition to have. Is the wood box rare now? I could imagine it being, but you know what the thing is back then is that it was limited, but it was limited to like quite a bit. Not just that, but all those tins was like, numbered, a limited edition to this. So at the time you were like, wow, this is insane. These are very limited, but the limited run was actually a lot larger for a lot of those things than we get now. So I wasn't sure how valuable that thing was. I mean, obviously mine being in really good condition, I knew it had to be somewhat of valuable. Would love to see Second Sight do a 4K, but oh man, I would love to see Hellraiser get a nice edition on from Second Sight. What's up, Rob? What's going on? So some of the other stuff that I really, if you noticed, is one big one that I don't have from Second Sight, and it was one of those that I kind of slept on, thinking, this was an earlier Second Sight release before people really started to notice them. And I was like, I'll wait and I'll get it when it goes down in price. And that was The Witch. I hesitated on that, because I thought I could get it at a better deal. And then all of a sudden that thing sold out. And I was like, ooh, I can't believe I missed that. A lot of people are starting to get their eyes on this company now. So maybe these are not going to be as easy to get as they once were before people started really noticing them. So The Witch is one. It was my fault. I mean, I had access to get it many, many times, and I was like, I'll wait. And then it was gone now, and it's going for big money on eBay and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'll ever get it, to be honest. I'm not going to pay that money. I have it on Blu-ray. I know it's probably a way better edition for the Second Sight as a whole, but I'm not going to break the bank to get it. If I find it somewhere at a good price, I'll snag it. But if not, at this point, I'll probably just be happy with what I have. Another one, I wrote down a couple that I know that they did. Lake Mungo was another one. I think Arrow did it as well. So it's just a movie I don't own that I've heard. I've never even seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And it's definitely something I want to add to my collection. I think Arrow may have did it as well. So to me, it's like whatever I can get my hands on. If I can get my hands on the Second Sight one, cool. If I can get my hands on the Arrow one, then cool, I'll take it. I just want to get that movie in my collection just because I heard it was a good one. So that was just one I thought about as well. There's another movie that I can get. I think maybe it's sold out. I don't know. It could be sold out. It's called Walkabout, and I know Criterion has it as well. So it's one of those things where if the Second Sight one is sold out, I'll get it on Criterion during the next sale because it's a cool movie, and I just want to have it in my collection. I don't own it, so it's one of those things where if I can get the Second Sight, cool. If not, I'll be cool with the Criterion for it, just to get that thing in my collection. Um, the Changeling is one that Second Sight is putting out on 4K. I'm pretty sure pre-orders are open now. I have not pre-ordered it yet because I do have the 4K from Severin that I feel like I just recently bought. So for me to just kind of triple dip on it, I'd say, because, I did have a Severin Blu-ray that was really nice that came out probably a year before they announced the 4K. So, for me to jump again and get the Changeling on Second Sight, it's not something I'm rushing to do, but at the same time, I do love that movie a lot. And I got to just do a little more research and find out like what the difference is as far as quality or contents or whatever you're getting from the Severin to the Second Sight. Now, if I didn't already buy the Severin one and they were both sitting in front of me for sale, I would have chose Second Sight all day over the Severin one for packaging, for quality that they do over Severin. I think they're a better company overall with the product they're putting out. But Severin did it first, so I grabbed it, not realizing it was going to come out from Second Sight. So that one is one on the fence. It may be a purchase for me. It may not. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. But another one that they did that I didn't realize they did, because I did a little bit more research before I went on here. They did a movie that I have on DVD. It's actually a bootleg DVD. And it's a movie that I've been talking about for a while, saying, man, like, where is this? And why haven't we got an upgrade for it? And Shout Factory has it on their app or whatever, where you can watch their movies on TV or whatever. They have like an app, and it's on there, but it doesn't have a physical release. And that's a movie called Electric Dreams from I think 80. I know it could be 88, maybe 86. I don't remember. But Electric Dreams is a cool movie, and it's one that I have on a bootleg DVD that I've had for ever. And for whatever reason, that never got an official release. And I didn't even realize it had an official release until today through Second Sight. So that could be something that's readily available that I'll probably just end up snagging, because it doesn't look like there's any, movement on it coming out here in the US, which I don't understand why Shout Factory wouldn't put it out as like a limited edition since it's already streaming on their platform. I don't really know the deal with it, but it's definitely one I want to add to my collection for sure, is the Electric Dreams. And I put a couple like honorable mentions here. Dog Soldiers, cool movie. I don't love it. I think it's pretty good. I do have the Blu-ray from Scream Factory, and the quality is kind of meh. I didn't upgrade it to 4K with Scream Factory. I'm going to tell you why I didn't. It's because I thought the artwork looked like garbage, so I was like, I don't even want it. I already have the Blu-ray, and I'm like, how much better can it be on Scream Factory? They already tried it once. So, but would I jump on a Second Sight version of it, thinking like that their quality is going to be miles ahead of what the the Scream Factory Blu-ray was? Yeah, I might grab that for a good price. It comes in a nice harder box. It's a little bit thick box. It's better for display. And it's a cool movie, but like I said, it's not one that if I don't get it, I'm going to freak out about. It's fine. I'll be happy with the Blu-ray I have. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a cool movie nonetheless. And the last one I wanted to ask you guys about was a movie called Tangerine, because I don't know anything about it. I've heard a couple people praise it. I have no idea what it's even about. So if anybody in the chat knows, hey, this is a good movie, or hey, what's it about, or anything, I haven't looked up any trailers, but it was one that was in my Amazon cart for a while, or my Second Sight cart, or some Diabolic cart, I think it was. And I had never pulled the trigger on it. And I just want to know where you guys stood on a movie like that. And we can go back to the chat now, but that's kind of my list of things that I wouldn't mind getting from Second Sight. Like I said, I know the word is that they're getting the Hitcher in 4K. That's a no-brainer. As far as what else they've got coming, that and the Changeling are the only two things I know offhand. Maybe I'm missing something or I haven't read upon all the stuff, but those are the two offhand. Hitcher, no, no doubt I'm going to get that. The Changeling on the fence. I almost feel like if I don't get it, I'm going to probably have a little bit of FOMO if it sells out. So I may jump on that one. And then as far as any of the other ones I talked about, I think the one I really would love to get is The Witch. And Electric Dreams is the other one that I would really, really want to get, because the other ones I can kind of finagle different things like Walkabout and stuff I can get on Criterion and, stuff like that. So, yeah, let me know, guys, your thoughts on anything I talked about here today. It could have been stuff I talked about here, the collection I already have from Second Sight, maybe some of the stuff that I just talked about of like my want list. And then, then we'll see what you guys have to say about that movie Tangerine, if anybody knows, and then we'll call it and we'll bounce out of here. But let me see what's going on in here. All right, so Paul Medina said, I really like any boutique of Fright Night 2. Fright Night 2 is coming. Fright Night 2 is coming from Cinemuseum overseas, and it's going to be a real cool edition. There's going to be multiple bundles. I don't know when it goes on pre-order, but it's not set to be released until next year, 2024. But again, I don't know anybody else that's doing it. I mean, I'm hoping that a US company does it as well. I don't know if there's any plans on it. There was talks and there was people working on it, but I that's kind of stopped. And I don't know if it's still in the works or not. But all I could tell you is we know Cinemuseum will be releasing it next year. They've already announced it. It's going to be in multiple bundles. Tom Holland's also done some stuff for one of the bundles he posted, and I'm definitely going to get it. I'm going to get probably the most expensive bundle because I think it's going to come with Fright Night as well. So to have everything housed together, both of them, is something I would love to have. And Fright Night being one of my favorite movies and loving Fright Night 2 as much as I do, it's a no-brainer for me. I'll spend the money and I'll get it. Yeah, I don't remember how much the tins are as far as the number on those. Thank you, Rob. The Changeling is the first time I remember watching as a kid. Yeah, it's still a creepy one for sure. The Severance Changeling 4K is not good transfer. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I don't, to be honest, I don't even know if I've watched it yet, because I had the Blu-ray and then I upgraded it, and I did watch the Blu-ray, but I don't even know if I've even watched the 4K yet. I like nostalgia and nighttime vibes. It's Disturbing Behavior is a great movie. Yeah, these two go hand in hand together for sure. For sure. I love The Faculty as well. What's up? Mech Pilot says the Tangerine is a really good movie. If you're a fan of Sean Baker, he has specific styles of movies. I don't know. I'm not familiar with his work, so if you give me an example of one of the movies he's done. Oh, you have a German media book of Fright Night 2. That is cool. You can't find them anywhere right now. They're not up for pre-order yet. It's a company, Cinemuseum, is the one that's going to do it, but they just put out their list of upcoming releases for the next year, and Fright Night 2 was on there. But there's no way to order it yet, and you can't even see pictures or anything yet. The only thing I know is that Tom Holland took the steel books of Fright Night, signed them, and sent them to Cinemuseum to put into one of the Fright Night 2 bundles. That's all I know. Because he said it in his post. He said these are going to Cinemuseum for their Fright Night 2 bundles. And it's Fright Night 1 signed in a steelbook by Tom Holland, which is probably the edition I want. I do have the steelbook 4K already of Fright Night, but I do not have a Tom Holland autograph. Out of all the autographs I have, I do not have a Tom Holland autograph, and I love his work between Fright Night, Child's Play, all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm definitely down to get that big edition. Crypticon in Kansas City, huh? I didn't even know that was a thing. I should tell Justin, because Justin lives in Kansas City. I was just at his house, and he said there's a lot of conventions don't come around there, so maybe I could let him know that there's something coming. I don't know. I don't know anything about that movie. So therefore, I would have to research, look at trailers and stuff to see if I would like it. If it's something I'd like, sure. If it's something I'm kind of like meh, then I probably wouldn't get it. Yeah, Rob, I do hear this. I do hear this a lot. I've never ordered from them. Um, they did the Lost Boys set, and I did not get it. I know Mel got it, and that's not going to get to her till like next year. So, uh, or October or something. I forget what it said, but basically, it's going to be a full year that she's waited to get it from pre-order. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I like Red Rocket. I like that one. Yeah, that's the problem with Cinema Museum too. It comes and goes. That's why we have to be on top of it. As soon as I hear about this, I've got to be on top of it because that Lost Boys box set sold out quick. Maya, what's going on? Who's a better singer? Probably Uncle Bill. He's got that range, he's got that high range. Good singer. But yeah, guys. So again, thank you for jumping on here and hanging out with me as I talked about my entire Second Sight Films collection that I own. Like I said, I do have some of the standard stuff that you normally see, but then I had a couple gems because I've been collecting from them for a long time, all the way back to 2012. So thought it would be cool to talk about, especially because I don't have a ton of stuff from them, and they're pretty good with their releases as far as not overloading us with releases. They kind of take their time, spread them out, which is cool. So thank you guys again for checking this out. And like I said, tonight there are other things going on, like Dead Pit's doing the Slippy birthday bash. The Rad Pack is taking over Facci Cinema tonight. So again, there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. That's why I want to make sure to get this out to you guys now. And let me know in the chat. Let me know the chat's gonna be over. Let me know in the comments any questions you have about any of this stuff, or any advice on any of the stuff that I talked about on kind of my want list, or maybe something I forgot to talk about. But again, guys, thank you for checking this out. Thank you for all your support these last couple days. It means a lot. It's keeping this channel afloat for the time being, and hopefully I get good news in June. And obviously there's still a lot of stuff coming. I'm not going to stop, even though that was kind of my mindset a little bit, was like, oh, do I just put everything on hold? I'm not. As long as you guys like it, comment, share it, it'll get some views, and my channel will kind of stay moving in the right direction. So again, this is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay rad.